Hello, everyone. This is a SmartGov webinar introducing clients who either have the portal and are not using it well to the portal itself, or clients who are interested in obtaining the portal and just want to know a little bit more about the features. This is a recorded webinar, so if you do have any questions, there are resources at the end for who to reach out to afterwards. And in the meantime, please enjoy the slides, and I hope that you learned something from this webinar. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me today to discuss our two-part series that will walk you through how to set up, expand, and leverage the SmartGov Citizen Portal. My name is Michaela Basile, and I am the SmartGov Support Manager here at Dude Solutions. Today I'm going to walk you through an overview of the Citizen Portal and how you can configure each section to best match your business practices and your citizens' needs. We're going to discuss the main features of the portal, which include Parcel Search, submitting a concern, public notices, applications, reports, and documents, as well as walking through applying for a permit, paying for fees, uploading documents, and tracking the status of applications through the portal. Because we have quite a few items to go over today, please feel free to chat in any questions you may have that we can address at the end of the presentation. During this webinar, I will be switching through different areas of SmartGov through different tabs on my screen. The main areas we will be focused on today will be the Citizen Portal, the portal configuration values, which are located in SmartGov under the Administrative section, and I will be showing you an example permit through the online submittal upload process and online payments. I will be sure to help orient you as I switch through these screens by clearly stating which screen we are located on. Let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I have switched my screen over to an example portal for the City of Smoke, Washington. You can also see that I have a few additional tabs open as well. Aside from the portal, we will be reviewing the portal configuration page in SmartGov here. You can find this page in SmartGov by navigating to Administration, Portal Setup, Configuration Values. Please note, I will be utilizing the Select Group option at the top of the page to help narrow down the portal configuration fields I would like to make changes to. My last tab will be to review a permit we will be creating as part of this webinar. Right now I have this set up to look at the all applications list, and once we've created one of our example permits, we will be able to select it and work through it from there. I'm going to go ahead and circle back to the Citizen Portal now. Before we dive into the 4 sections listed on the main tab page here, let's walk through some of the general configuration changes we can make to the home screen of your portal. The most important configuration piece would be the general introduction shown here. This is where you as a jurisdiction can provide as much information or additional instructions to your citizens as needed. This field can be edited at any time, so you're able to keep the information you're providing to your citizens as up to date as possible. In order to update the general introduction here on the portal, we're going to switch back to SmartGov to our configuration values page. And we're going to choose from the select group list, we're going to choose the general option here. In this list, we're going to look for the general disclaimer option, select it. And in this pop-up window, you're going to make any additional edits or add in any additional information you wish to relay over to your general citizens from the main page of your portal. Once those changes have been made, you're going to go ahead and click the Save button. And once those changes have been saved, your portal will automatically update with the changes you just made. From this list, you can see we also have several other configuration options available. You can provide general contact information for both phone number as well as an email address that your citizens can use to contact you if they have any additional questions regarding their application, how to use the portal, etc. You also have the ability to add in additional URLs or links to other websites that might be helpful to your citizens. You have the ability to add up to 5 additional URLs. In addition to these URLs, you also have the ability to include a privacy policy as well as a payment refund policy. You do also have the ability to just link these to existing policies that may exist on your current jurisdiction website. As we switch back to the Citizen Portal, we're going to see that the contact information is going to be near the top of the screen. This is where your citizens will be able to reach out to you if they have any questions. And if we scroll down, you'll be able to see the external links listed here at the bottom of the page, as well as that link to a privacy policy, as well as the refund policy as well. Now we do have this other services section available as well. The documents section is where you, as a jurisdiction, are able to provide a list of documents or files to your citizens. This could be a list of blank application forms, or it could be specific information or instructions you wish to provide to your citizens. If I click the back button, we can click on the reports section here, where you're able to select certain reports to be available for your citizens to run themselves. Now you do have the ability to use both ad hoc reports as well as our other format, which is our standard reports. You can use both report formats on the portal here. I'm going to switch back to SmartGov to show you where you can upload documents and where you can select which reports you would like available on your portal. Let's start with documents. If you go to Administration, Portal Setup, Documents, you'll have the ability to add additional files or directories as needed. If you wish to add a folder to house additional files underneath, you can click the Add button here at the top of the page, and you select this directory option, which will create that folder that you can upload additional files underneath. Otherwise, if you're just wishing to upload an additional file to an existing folder, you can simply click the Add button underneath the folder you wish to upload the file to, and then click the Upload button in order to upload the file you wish. To publish reports to the folder, you will navigate to Administration, Portal Setup, and then you'll be able to select either the Reports option here or the Reports-Ad Hoc, depending on the format of the report. For example, we're going to use the Reports-Ad Hoc. So these are all of my ad hoc reports that are currently housed in my SmartGov Published Reports folder in the Ad Hoc tool. I'm going to go ahead and click this Publish on Portal box here for the Applications in Review report and click Save. Once this change has been saved, I'm going to navigate back to my Citizen Portal, and I'm going to refresh my screen. As you can see, my new report is available to be run here by my citizens. Citizens will be able to simply click on this report, and depending on the report type, the way that it's been set up, they may have some additional parameters they need to fill out. So for example, with this particular ad hoc report, I have to fill out some date submitted information. So I can either put in a date range, or you as a jurisdiction have more power over the type of information your jurisdiction or your citizens will be able to update when they run this report. So I'm going to click OK. And now I have a report showing the number of applications in review for this time frame. I'm going to go ahead and transition back to the Citizen Portal, back to the main page. Anytime that you're on a page that's not the home screen of the portal, users are able to click on the icon in the upper left-hand corner. This is typically your city or county logo. This will take you back to the home screen. And one thing I would like to draw your attention to is that I'm not currently signed into my Citizen Portal account. The next features we're going to be discussing on the portal do not require a portal account, so we will continue there. The next section we're going to talk about is the Parcel Search feature. This is what we like to call our Nosy Neighbor button. This feature allows your citizens to search for parcels and view associated records, such as permits, with them. You do have the ability to turn this feature off if you do not wish to allow your citizens to search for parcels. If you do choose to enable this feature, you do have the ability to provide your citizens with specific instructions or provide additional information prior to them making a search. To update this section, we're going to switch back to our portal configuration section in SmartGov on my other tab. And as you can see, we're still viewing our ad hoc reports on the portal. So we're going to go to Administration, Portal Setup, Configuration Values. And we're going to change our select group here at the top to say Parcel, so that we can choose if we would like to enable this feature on the portal. If you would like that enabled, you would change the value to say yes. If you do not wish to allow your citizens to search for parcels on the portal, you would change this value to say no. And if you would additionally like to provide additional instructions to your citizens on how to search for parcels or provide just general information as well. Switching back to the Citizen Portal, we also have the ability for jurisdictions to public notice announcements related to permits. These public notices are associated with specific permits and are utilized via the Public Notices tab on permits, where jurisdiction users are able to upload a notice associated with the permit for citizens to review on the portal. Prior to being able to review these public notices on the portal, a citizen must accept a public notice disclaimer that the jurisdiction has the ability to customize to fit their specific needs. Once the citizen has been able to accept this disclaimer, they will have the ability to view and review any additional permits that have a public notice associated with them. Now, you do have the ability to turn this feature off if you do not wish to utilize public notices on your portal. To update this section, we're going to go back to our portal configuration section in SmartGov, and we're going to update our select group to show public notice. Here you can see we have a couple of different configuration fields available. The main one here is to enable the public notice. This is what turns this feature on in the public portal. If you wish to utilize this feature, you'll change your value to be yes. Otherwise, if you do not wish to utilize public notices on the Citizen Portal, you will change this value to be no. If you do choose to enable this, we would recommend updating the disclaimer for the public notice information. This way, it'll be best fits for what is your current business process. We also do have the ability to provide some additional contact information, such as a specific phone number if you have a specific number you wish citizens to call for public notices, as well as provide a general name for the contact listed for that particular public notice. Next on the portal, we have the Contact Us section. This is where your citizens can request information such as a public records request, or they can use this to report a concern such as a code enforcement issue. When you click the Go option, you can see that we have three options available here. One to request information for public records requests, to report a concern such as a code violation, as well as the ability for your citizens to go back and review any previously submitted requests or concerns. The most common question we get regarding this section is whether we can split out the request information from the reported concern. Unfortunately, at this time, they are combined together, so all records, requests, and all reported concerns all come into SmartGov via the code enforcement case request feature. When a user goes to report a concern or request information from the jurisdiction, they'll click on the report or request option, and this will take them through a 5-step wizard, prompting them to provide enough information that the jurisdiction will be able to follow up on the request or the concern. In order to update this section on the portal, you're going to go back to our configuration values, and we're going to change our select group here at the top. We're going to change this to say code enforcement. And we're going to select the enable code enforcement option. If you wish to have this option available on the portal, it must say yes. Otherwise, if you wish to decline using this feature, you'll say no. Additionally, we do have the ability to customize anonymous contact introduction information. So as your citizens are submitting code enforcement issues, they have the ability to select to remain anonymous regarding that issue, and you can choose to customize this verbiage as needed. The last section we're going to talk about today is the applications section here. This is where your citizens will be able to apply for permits or licenses through the portal. They'll be able to pay for their fees, request inspections, as well as review any of their previously submitted applications. Before we dive into this application section, though, we should make sure that we have the portal enabled for permitting. So we're going to go back to the SmartGov portal configuration section, and we're going to change the select group to be permitting. This way, if we enable permitting, we're allowing users to view, apply for, pay online, request inspections, etc., everything that has to do with permitting. If you would like your citizens to be able to do anything with permitting, again, we need to make sure that permitting is enabled. Additionally, once permitting has been enabled, we need to ensure that the permit applications value has been changed to yes. This will allow your citizens to actually submit those applications through the Citizen Portal. Once those values have been changed, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click the Go option back here on the portal. And we're going to try to see what happens when we can try to apply online. But before we do that, we'll just take a note that we do see there's a Pay Online section, My Inspections, and My Applications that we can review later as well. Let's go ahead and try to apply. So we click the Apply option. The first thing that we're going to notice is that SmartGov is forcing us to log into our portal accounts. Users must have a valid portal account before they're able to apply for any permit or licensing through the portal. The next page that we're taken to here is where users will select their category and their application type. The categories here are based on the departments that are listed in SmartGov, and whatever record they're applying to must be associated with that specific department. So I have a permit that is associated with this community development category or department that I would like to apply for. So I have this commercial new that I would like to apply for. Once I click next, you'll see I am taken to a wizard, which is this step-by-step process which forces your citizens to fill out the specific information associated with that particular permit type. Please note that whenever we're working through this 6-step wizard, we actually have configuration section that is associated with this. And the reason we have that associated with this is that we need to ensure that we provide enough information to your citizens when they fill this out. So each section here will have an option to fill out some specific introductions related to that section. So if I switch back to the portal, switch back to the SmartGov portal configuration section, and I change my select group here from permitting to permit wizard, you can see I have a couple extra options, but this is where you will be able to provide specific introductions for those sections on the portal. Now, a common question we get with these introductions is, can I customize these introductions based on the permit type that the citizen is applying for? The answer is no. Each introduction must be set up so that it will work for all permit types, or if it needs to be more specific, we need to call out the specific permit type the introduction is needed for. Another common question we get for the portal is, can I make this project name or the description of my permit required? Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to do this at that time. So let's go ahead and let's walk through one of these permits. As you can see here, I do have a type introduction where I could provide some additional information or additional instructions to my citizens for this section. Same with the location. You have the ability to provide additional information here. We now have the ability to add contacts to your particular permit once it is submitted. So if there are any additional contacts or Any additional information that needs to be added here, your citizen can have this information provided via the jurisdiction. So if I wanted to update this here, I would go back to SmartGov, make sure I'm listed on the permit wizard, and then I would update this contacts introduction here. I'm going to go ahead and skip this. Next, we're going to go over to the Contractors tab. This one here is interesting because you can see that we cannot issue this permit until a prerequisite has been met. And by doing so, I'm forcing my citizen to associate a general contractor license with my particular permit. So I'm going to go ahead and search for my contractor, and I'm going to select the one that shows the correct license type. I'm going to go ahead and try to click the next button, but I'm going to note that there was some unsaved changes here. And then I got this error message because it's forcing me to fill out this section here. And then I'm going to click the Add button. Once that has been successfully added to this particular application, we're going to click through to the Details section. This is a little confusing because we actually show 3 different sections of your permit application on one page. This page can include permit details, where this jurisdiction can choose to push out required details or optional details for citizens to fill out. So this is typically where jurisdictions will require a project description. You can also push out and allow your citizens to input fixtures, as well as allow them to add in their valuations. And please note, each section does have a specific introduction associated with it as well. So if you wanted to provide some additional information related to details, fixtures, and valuations, you can do so. I'm going to go ahead and click the next button. Lastly, we have the review option where your citizen goes through and reviews that all the information they've provided for their application is correct. And again, you do have the ability to provide a general introduction or provide additional instructions or information for your citizens to follow prior to submitting their application. And again, if we go back to SmartGov and we go to the portal configuration, permit wizard, the last one we're looking at right here, if we wanted to add additional information, is right here under the review introduction. So once the citizen has confirmed that the information is accurate and up to date, they're going to go ahead and click Save and Continue. And they're going to see a copy of their application, and they'll be able to see that their application has been both submitted and the status is listed as pending. The citizen will then be able to scroll through here to view whatever sections the jurisdiction has available for them to see on the portal, so they can check back and upload some of their submittals. They'll be able to pay for their fees and request inspections as needed. Once the permit has been submitted through the application process on the portal, the citizen is able to view and come back to this particular record at any time. Additionally, what we can do is we can see here, we have our permit number here at the top. It also shows the status of this particular permit, as well as provide a timeline to your citizens as where in the review process this particular permit is located in. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick peek in the back office. So we're going to go to our dashboard, and we're going to take a look and see that as soon as that citizen had submitted this application on the portal, there is now a record listed in SmartGov for this particular permit. And you can see that no work has been done on this, but we do have the ability to go back and check on this later. So we're going to go back to the portal, and we're going to go ahead and upload a couple of files or submittals associated with this particular permit. We're going to touch more on some of the introductions that we can provide to citizens in our part 2 of this series, but just so that you guys are aware, you do have the ability to upload files by going to the Zero Files option here. And this is where your citizens will be able to upload their submittal documents. They can click on the upload option here and they can choose the file they wish to upload. And then they can add any additional comments as needed. See attached. Once the document has been uploaded, they can see the comments that they have associated with this particular file, the date this was uploaded to SmartGov, review status of this particular file, as well as any markup files that may come back from the jurisdiction once they've completed their review. Additionally, this is where citizens will be able to track all of the versions and any of their deficiency reports they may have received as the jurisdiction goes through their review process. So I'm going to go back to the back office real quick, and we're going to go over to the submittals tab here. Here you can see that for our application submittal, we do show that it has been marked off as received. Anytime that a document is uploaded in SmartGov, either here in the back office or on the Citizen Portal, this received box will automatically be checked. You can also see that there is a document listed under this particular submittal as well. Now, I did a little jumping ahead so that we could go back to the portal and see what it would look like for, I hit the home button, so we're going to go back to applications, back to my applications, and back to my permit. Now you can see I made a couple of tweaks where I scrolled down to my submittals, and you can see I have gone through and marked off some of our already submitted applications. We do still have one in review, but right now I do have the ability to pay for fees online. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Pay Online option. But before we can even get here, one thing that we need to make sure is that we have the online payments enabled in the back office. So I'm going to go back to my configuration values here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my payments option. Here we have the ability to enable payments. This allows users to, or citizens, to be able to pay for their fees online. So we would want to change this to yes if we want to allow them to pay online. And then we also have another configuration section where we can add additional information here. So I'm going to go back to my portal. I'm going to select my fee online, and I'm going to proceed to checkout. This right here is the introduction we just reviewed on the portal configuration section. This is what the last portal page with SmartGov Your Citizen will see before they are taken out to their online portal payment vendor. So when we click to proceed to payment, this is going to take us out to our portal payment site. And I'm using a demo account, so it's going to look slightly different than what other jurisdictions may be using. Going to pay with my card. The transaction was completed in test mode, and this particular payment vendor has it where the citizen is forced to complete a finish button. They're supposed to push this button. Other payment vendors may have it automatically go back to SmartGov for us. So I'm going to click the finish button, and this takes us to the payment confirmation screen. Here you can see that the payment was received. We have a receipt showing as well as the amount paid. And when I go back to SmartGov to take a look at this permit on the Fees tab, you can see that we are showing this amount is now been paid. The last thing we were going to talk about today is tracking the status of applications online. This is fairly easy for your citizens to do, as soon as they sign up for their portal account, they are automatically opted into a certain number of event subscriptions or email notifications as soon as they create their portal account. If you click on your name in the upper right-hand corner, you're able to select My Account, and then you can click on the Manage Email Notifications section here. This is where each citizen user can select which event they would like to be notified of. Once a user is signed up for a portal account, they are automatically opted into every single event subscription. It will be up to the portal user to select which events they would like to be notified of or which ones they would not like to be notified of. Additionally, they have the ability to go to their own application under My Applications and then select My Applications. And here on the list of applications they have available, they can see just a summary of the information and where this permit is in its review process, as well as just being able to click on the permit itself. And they can view in this blue bar here at the top, they can see a general summary of what this permit status is.
So I wanted to thank everyone for watching. We do have help site content that expands on the portal at this link, and there's a way to get into it from your own accounts, and we have someone who's going to show you that in a minute. But I did want to point out, within the help site link, there is a section called configuration values, and that will help guide you through what we just showed. So I'm going to let Paige take over and talk a little bit about what our support team can offer in terms of the portal.
Yeah, hi, my name is Paige. I am part of SmartGov Support. So just to get out to the help content, you will click on this little question mark next to Preferences, and that'll open a new window. You will then click Check It Out. And this is our help content site. So our help content site has pretty much anything you would need to know about SmartGov and how to create permits and other things that you can do within SmartGov. But we do have a citizen portal set up, which goes over your configuration values, the documents, the online payments, everything that Michaela just went over. There is also a using the citizen portal, which shows you how to log in, how to create it, along with managing your citizen portal. So Michaela did talk a little bit about how users for the citizen portal can receive emails regarding their permits. Back office users are also able to do that. So you'll click on Preferences and Event Subscriptions. From here, you will be able to receive emails when things happen on the portal. So for example, a payment was received for the portal. This little icon, you'll click on that, and from there you'll be able to click what department you want that email to come from. So if I have a permit on the portal that just received a payment for building, and I have my building department checked along with this event subscription checked, I would then receive an email saying that a payment was received from the portal. You can do this for submittals documents. You can have this again when a permit is issued, and a whole bunch of other things. So it's always good to take a look at this page and see what information you can get from the portal when users update their permits. So I will hand this back over to Brittany, and she can talk a little bit more about what's going on.
Great, thank you. So that wraps up our part 1 of the webinar series on the portal. We will be doing a part 2, and in the meantime, I wanted to leave this last slide up here. If you do have any questions, our client support phone number is available. We do answer between the hours of 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Pacific Coast time. Otherwise, you can email support@smartgovcommunity.com. If you had any questions about purchasing the portal or any other connectors, please reach out to Jeff Pavey. His phone and email are there. And then my name is Brittany, and I am a client success manager. I kind of field any other questions that are not sales or technical support related. So that can cover contracts, invoices, etc. Thank you for joining us, and please feel free to reach out with any feedback or questions. And I hope you all have a good day. Thank you so much.